Greetings, goddamn. Salute to everybody, man. I appreciate you, goddamn. That's two brothers, man. That's two brothers today, man. How's everybody doing, man? Not everybody's gonna love you, you know. That's like the. I don't think people understand that. I don't think people understand that method of not everybody's going to love you. You know, shout out to that shithole. Shout out to Thelonious. Shout out to Lonnie. Goddamn, Lonnie. Goddamn. Shout out to Tony. Oh, yeah. Shout out to Thelonious. Yeah, this live is very, goddamn. You know, it's really sad. I tried. I really tried. I tried hard. I really tried to give people some mode of hope. Now, I knew all along niggas is garbage. I'm a brother, you know what I mean? You know, I'm a lucky son, you know what I mean? But I'm a brother. And I know, unfortunately, I got some bad news for Black sisters today. Shout out to Kenneth, shout out to Ken Thompson. I have some very upsetting news. They just don't make them like they used to, darling. Yeah, listen, I don't care what woman you see. The only time a woman's gonna have a good man is if she's cheating on him. If you know a woman that she's cheating on her man and he's at work and, you know, he's trying to do she got a good man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Garden Science. Goddamn. I almost started playing music today, you know what I'm saying? I almost did. A little quick of me almost went into like, when a song is just constantly on your mind and it just gets on your mind the more and more you talk and stuff like that. But this is a very serious topic. And, yesterday we lost another great one. Now this is not on a political level. Like I know some men, he was the one that did this in 1934. No. We're speaking in terms of, number one, to lose such a significant man. It's kind of a gift and a curse, because we did lose him during Black History Month. To Jesse Jackson, man. Now I was watching this one thing when Bill Clinton was shaking his hand and I'm looking at him and I'm just like, wow, to see a white man, not the white man, but to see a white man, when a white man embraces a Black brother, that's a good brother. You know what I'm saying? That's like and I know some men just like, wow, it's like that's a real honor because they know the majority of Black men are dirt. They know it. Okay? We know it more than anybody, but they know too. You understand? So when they could see through that lens and see such a prominent historical man that marched with Martin Luther King and, these are men that unfortunately I can't now because he's gone, but that would have been the podcast that I would have loved to sit down and just sit there and say, tell us about your life from the day you were born, where you were raised, how it was as being a kid, coming up in the 50s, the 60s, the 70s. My dad always said the good old 70s. Tell us about that. Yesterday, I had a customer God always blesses me with these amazing customers, right? And shout out to Shimmy, goddamn. And I'm going to paraphrase this, but it was so much information. Anyway, this one dude, cool dude, right? And God works in mysterious ways, if you don't know this already. So, you know, when I get to the house, you know, it's always a thing where people got to fill people out. Hey, how you doing? My name is Blum Blum. This is my man, blah, blah, blah. And hey, how you doing? You know, always introduce yourself. They see that you smell good, you dress good, your van ain't beat up. You know, people like to see a good presentation. The only thing I did regret, because they had a table. They had like a lot of memories, and we had to break it up to get it out. And I know that shit was kind of a little rough on them. Anyway, I said, listen, because I noticed these sick cars in this driveway, like car enthusiast cars, like only a car guy would know. So I was like, so we have an Audi enthusiast here. That RS7 is a real serious machine. And he was like, that's mine. I said, he's like, you know, I had a special paint for this car. It was me and the guys chopping them. Car's like $150,000 sick joint, right? But it was exclusive. Probably was more than that. Then he had an SQ8 in the driveway. You know, I don't want to lose you with the car talk, but he knew. The wife's like, yeah, because I don't have a Range Rover Velar. You know, Range Rover Velar is a junk, but, you know, she had to get in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? But the father, he was that dude. And you know what? So check it, right? I knew he wasn't no ordinary white man because he was real connected, right? So as he's talking to me, we go outside on the porch. Now, it's a little cold, so... And we talking, he basically was telling me how summer of '69 was an incredible summer. I swear, that's what he's telling me, OG. And we were talking about things. He said, listen, you know, he used to work at Bear Stearns that's why I used to work at Bear Stearns, but I wasn't in commodities or nothing like that. But he was telling me how he worked at Bear Stearns and he was doing trades. He said, Epstein, this is what he said to me. Word for word, he said Epstein used to put like a stack or whatever their talk of stocks are on his shoulder, and he hated him because he was a piece of shit. That's what he said. Wrong time. Gotta turn the phone off when these niggas fucking rally. Yo, Twan, let me call you back. I'm busy. I'll call you back.
All right.
So boom. So anyway, he was telling me Epstein he was a piece of shit. That's when I knew. I said, this is a good white man. I mean, we lived in a Trump neighborhood. That don't mean anything. He'd have no American flags on the front of his lawn, and everybody that was watching us watched them. They were careful. Dog walkers coming out. And dog walkers, you never speak to them. You know what I mean? When they say, how you doing? Just ignore them because they're no fucking good. You don't need to be a dog walker in the neighborhood, you piece of trash. Okay? You got Ring cameras. And Ring cameras, there's a community on there. If there's something that you don't like, you talk about it. You know? But anyway. So I was like, wait, he's telling me how Barbara Walters used to date one of his friends, and she would sit in the office. Like, I said, the Barbara Walters? He said, yes, like, this is his environment. And it was just good times. He was just breaking down how things were just good. Now, mind you, we didn't even talk about Jesse Jackson. God knew I needed to hear this because yesterday was rough for me, man, because it's just like, yo, we just keep losing these brothers. And I'm watching this one YouTuber getting punched in the face, you know, and I love that. I do. You know what I mean? I do love seeing shitholes get beat up. I love that. I know it's sad to say, but I do. Y'all know what I'm talking about. There's one shithole, one dude knocked him out, and he just gonna keep getting knocked out. That's how y'all gotta do with these young punks, man. You know what I mean? You got to have a hammer behind it, though, because just remember, he may shoot, but just in case, punch him in his face, nigga, with the gun. But anyway, Let me be. The devil's coming at me. The devil was coming at me. The devil. I'm sorry. Shout out to Adam. But anyway. But it was emotional for me because I'm just losing a lot of great men in my life. And it's very scary when all you keep seeing is black YouTubers emerge. Male YouTubers, garbage. New podcasts, Tony Yayo, just bums. I think there was one time we had Smokey Robinson on the podcast, and I'm like, wow, these, Tank, Tank the Singer, they had him on there as a guest, and then he caught the case now because there's a girl blaming him for misconduct. Now they calling him gay, and this happened like 2 months after. I'm like, yo, we cannot get an OG conversation for nothing. Y'all niggas want to sit down with Jay-Z, $500,000 on a conversation with Jay-Z. Where's the respect, my brother? Can I have a conversation with Jexy Jackson when he was healthy? Because, he had Parkinson's disease. Can I have a conversation with Muhammad Ali? Can I have a conversation with real brothers from that era? White or black? Seriously. So anyway, back to the customer. He was telling me how, he said, he basically was telling me that politicians want the division of race. That's what he said. I've never had a customer in my life get into politics without getting into politics. He basically said back then they didn't want us together, black and white, because they benefited more when we were divided. They don't benefit when we love each other. This is what he's telling me. Why is this man telling me this? Because he knows that I'm suffering with a lot of shit that I'm seeing. I got uncles, I got OG brothers in my neighborhood. All the good ones are dying, man. And that fucking pile of garbage, he goes nowhere. I needed this. So he was basically saying, fast forward today, that this is why the climate is the way it is, because that's what the politicians want. And I forgot how he told me he basically was telling me that this is the benefit of what they want. They don't want unity. They preach unity before they get in, but they're going to divide it. That division they need, because that's the only benefit to politics is division. He got deeper, but I don't want to lose y'all. The crazy thing is that I started feeling a little better, like, you know what I mean? Okay, it's not just me, because I feel the same way. And I realize now the hatred is back. You know what I mean? Now it's to the point where once I see a racist man, he knows I know it. But when I know it's a good white man, I know, you know what I mean? He's all right. Now, some people, Latin races, I said, they don't count. I mean, they don't even got a race, respectfully. You know what I mean? Latins don't count as racist, you know what I mean? Like, they're niggas. So I don't even take disrespect. We talk about white Americans, the white man. So, you know what I mean? Oh my God. Yes. Anyway, so the thing is, and the sister, she talked about this. She said that I said this. It's nothing more incredible to me when somebody recites something I told them or I spoke on. There is something wrong, and everybody is feeling it. It's affecting everybody. There's something wrong, man. I'm telling you. Like, I don't even want to use the excuse of mental illness. You know what I mean? I don't even want to call niggas retarded. It's something wrong. So what I'm noticing now, there's a lot of these things that's being brought because I'm just like, black woman, I've been telling y'all have options more than a man. And I did believe that. I tried, but in 2026, that could change. But I don't know how it's going to change because the black man are not going to change. See, change is very hard to accept, you know. The dying breed of good black man, real black man, man that fought, man that stood for something. You know, regardless if that nigga wanted some pussy on the side or whatever, but he stood for something. He believed in his blackness. If the school didn't do this, they're gonna march today. Y'all gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Now we got social media and y'all don't do shit. And that shit is more powerful. Social media is more powerful than getting out and marching because you can do that shit online from your fucking tablet. Now the men don't fight. These same men now gossiping, acting like bitches. Now niggas is ruining shit. Remember there was a time that the bum nigga ruined everything? Now all niggas ruin it. The travel game, they fucked that up. Ruin that. These niggas is acting like our passport is a badge of honor. Like the two badge of honors now is going to prison and having a passport. Little shitty fucking document that you pay $100 for. That's just crazy. That's just crazy work. Like the only people that can't use a passport, and even then I don't know how true that is because my man's a felon. My man did 10 years for beating up 5 cops. That's a violent crime. And this nigga flies all over the fucking world by himself. So I don't even know. I guess I would assume if you have if you're on the run or you know you're illegal, you know you're an illegal immigrant or something like, you know what I'm saying? But it's not a badge of honor. But he ruined that. A fucking shithole, man. I fucking hate him. That fucking black bastard. The minute you buy a house, he moves next door. He fucking ruins it. Yeah, he has a daughter. The boyfriend ruins it. You know, you go to school, you see all these dirty little ass niggas wearing pajamas and hoodies and Crocs, fucking bums. They ruin it. And y'all not giving these niggas the business. The national minutes. But you're not going to allow that because you ain't going to want to see your fucking dirty sons getting murdered. Now niggas got these computers. It's a troll's paradise. It is a troll's paradise, man. And the good black man that we're losing, they can't even compete with that. Now you got niggas like Clifton Powell sitting in these spaces with weirdos, getting online and talking. Let me tell you something about a man. When a man want to talk, and when you listen, he'll tell you his whole story. That's what y'all got to understand as women. Sometimes it's just best to be on a date with these losers and just shut up. Let him run his mouth. Don't talk about honesty. Let him run his mouth. He wants to talk to somebody. That's why they're on the interviews doing what they're doing. Every time you see Shannon Sharp have a guest, every time you see Vlad TV, Beyonce's father, for Christ's sake, is here in Jersey jumping on bum-ass hood niggas podcasts. They want to talk. So now when we see a prominent black man, we look at somebody like Jay-Z. We completely forget about black history. We don't even talk about black history because of that black shithole. So I got to be honest today to tell black women something I probably didn't want to tell you for the last 2 years I've been doing this channel. You don't have any options. You don't. Dating is a lottery. You have to be in it to win it, unfortunately. You are choosing from the caddy litter. You're either going to get, it's litter regardless, all fucking litter. But you're either going to get this shit or you're going to get a piece of the litter. Okay? The shit is worthless. But if you can get to the litter before the cat shits in there, you may have a chance of getting some litter. It's still litter. It's not shit. It's better than nothing. Or stay single. Yes, you can screw anybody you want to do. You can do whatever, do 69s. Or, yeah, you can choose who you want to screw. Absolutely. It's all the fucking litter. The key is you want to get the litter, who manufactured the litter. You want that motherfucker that owns the litter company. You want the one that designed the graphic arts on the package, the one that made the plastic. You want to get everything for that litter before you open up the litter box and it goes in, before the litter goes in the litter box. Even Clifton Powell's a fucking idiot. He's done. Because now he's part of that. You know, me being an aspiring actor, the reason why I never became who I need to be, no disrespect to who made it, but they just want you to do a certain thing to get into that game. Or you're just going to be a struggling actor. So go figure. Yes, we have abilities now to make our own thing and our own productions, all that. That's great. You know, thank God the good Lord blessed me with some amazing equipment the other day. You know what I mean? But now I got to put shit to work. I got to replenish all that money I spent on that shit. And thank you for everybody that has memberships here and the people that donate, because it went right to that. Oh, yeah. It all went to that. So thank you. So it's working. So your investment's going to be good here. However, you have no options. You got to make a choice. That internet troll, he got options, man. That fucking blackmail piece of shit troll that travels and buys prostitutes across, he has options. He can do what you do. You can fuck anybody you want to. He could fuck a man. He can fuck a woman half his goddamn age. It may cost him, but he could get to it. He could wear a dress if he wants. He could wear a beard. He could be a bitch. He could be a rat. He could be a snitch. He can make a gossip channel and call it a podcast. You get on there with him, he'll abuse you. You can't stand next to a black man on the internet. Can't fuck with him. He runs it. Black YouTube, black men run that shit. You got Tasha K, but you got Shannon Sharp. You got academics. You got Joe Buttons. You got Fat Joe and Jadakiss and the Drink Champs, $1 million worth of game. You got a lot of motherfuckers out here that get the tea. Charlemagne, they just paid Charlemagne $200 million. Country bumpkin ass nigga, fucking midget. So they're giving a reward. They're honoring and badging men to do this. You know what I mean? They ain't even paying y'all that. So he runs it. These are our greats now. They want to put Jesse Jackson's death. Other than the funeral was going to be a big deal because there's going to be presidents there. Trump probably not going to come there because he can't show that. Presidents that show unity don't work. That's why they killed Kennedy. He was a unified president. The ones that keep the division, if Trump passes away, it's going to be of natural causes. Nobody going to kill him. That's what the guy meant yesterday. So moving along, black women, the more successful you are, the more you end up with a piece of fucking garbage. You can't flex with a man that you got because no matter whatever you got, there's a man somebody got a secret on him, either a woman or another man. Somebody got something on him. You know they nasty, you know they horny, and Clifton Powell's stupid, goofy ass jumps in this shit and talks to these fucking clowns trying to make them understand and share his stories. When I say, them guys shouldn't talk to them guys. I'll give you an example. Let's say I was a representation for Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson was unhealthy. Let's take it for example. And they said so-and-so wants to interview. I'll be the guy to say, nope, can't fuck with him. You're going to have to really choose a man that knows positive black history. He couldn't just sit down with anybody. Clifton Powell, yeah, I'm not saying you're an amazing actor, brother, but you are an actor that we know of. You should have never sat down with none of these brothers. It's Black History Month. You talking to all these gays and fucking closet fag niggas, you shouldn't be talking to them. They should have their platform. Gay black men should have a gay black platform. Absolutely. Down low brothers should have a down low platform. You should not mix. You can't have black honorable men from an era from the ages 70 or better sitting down with these millennials. You can't. It takes away from the mojo. You understand? So as a black woman, you got access to any man you can have, yes, but most of these niggas is dirt. You flex and put that nigga on the internet and you show everybody that you and your boyfriend did this and that for Valentine's Day, you're going to jinx yourself with that. He's a piece of shit. Because that's all that's left. Every time an honorable man dies, 10 million more fucking bums pop up. They're leaving us. Whether he's the OG across the street, whether he's an honorable actor, the real black men are going. They're gone. So your options is from the caddy litter. Some of y'all may have dogs. If y'all live in the South, you let your dog shit in the backyard. Okay, now you got to watch where you step, right? But you know that's still the dog's toilet bowl. No matter which way you cut it. You put fruit and vegetables back in that motherfucker, okay, and that dog pisses and shit on there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's no matter which way, even if you got that fucking fruit or vegetable from that backyard, 99% of the time the dog probably pissed or shitted on there. You may clean it up. It still came out that fucking dumpster. Some of y'all got to ask your question. It's not why he's with you. What are you doing with him? Now, some of y'all got lucky. Some of y'all have some of these good brothers. Some of y'all got the brothers I'm talking about, and you'll be fine. This doesn't apply to you. But as far as being single, some of y'all married, some of y'all in relationships, you part of the problem. You don't have any options. No. He got more. And it's sad. He says it's like trying to mix salt and vinegar and super bad yeah. You know what I'm saying? So you have to consider yourself lucky if you got you a good, honorable black man. Okay? Because you'll go far. But what's happening now, the DNA is weakening. They don't make them like they used to then. You understand? My mother said to me, son, when I was younger, I used to have a crush on Jesse Jackson. Women don't have crushes on the men that look like Jesse Jackson now. They look like Travis Scott, the Young Thug. And they're younger. And you know, obviously, you know, what you call the guy sick. Jesse Jackson got sick. He didn't look as good as he did, but he was a good looking man. You know what I mean? But that is what my mother found attractive, because he looks like my father. Like Jesse Jackson, I could see the resemblance, right? Jesse Jackson, like he could be my father's cousin at his prime, right? This is what they had. So they were not only good-looking men, they were dressed better, they thought better, they fought better, and they had a legacy. They built a legacy. Now these niggas is arguing with chumps, man. Nate, do you travel? Nah, I don't travel no more because he's over there. I don't want to be anywhere with that average shitho's at. I don't want to fuck with it. Wherever he goes is where I've been. I don't deal with fucking garbage. As a black man, I have options more than a woman. Because I can get me a good woman. God forbid my wife left this world today, I could get me another good woman. There's a whole pile of them. So I'm telling you for this from experience. They desperate for a good nigga. They'll share me. I could give them a piece of me and do better than a whole fucking relationship. I could give a woman a piece of my love. And I could do better than her fucking damn dating life. I promise that. Because I know what's out here. It's kind of like having your gas prices up. Because you know you're the only fucking gas station within 50 miles. And you wanted to know what? I can charge $7, $8 a gallon. Right? There's right downtown, right in Midtown Manhattan on 23rd Street by the heliport, I think, right? By the FDR Drive. There's a gas station that's $7.99 for a gallon. You know why? If you have no gas in your tank and you need to put $3 in that bitch, you understand what I'm saying? And you just need to get to Jersey or Brooklyn because they know that there's no gas station for miles away. So with me as a man, I know sisters are desperate because there's nothing out here. Fuck a dying breed, they're all dead. All that's left is the garbage. I could cheat on my wife and get 5 bad bitches that all are honorable and they'll be loyal to me. All 5 of them. If I did that. That's what of all, and I'm black, so I got all races. Remember, I could fuck with anything. White, black, Spanish, Korean, anything here. I don't even have to leave my borough. I definitely don't got to leave my city. I live in a Mecca. But I can't tell a woman to do that. Shout out to ADV before becoming a member. God damn. Thank you. Now, do most men use their options this way? They don't know because they're the shit. It's the good brothers like me that know this. You know what I mean? Fathers raising daughters. I pass by high schools, man, and I see, why don't they put these niggas at war? Send them in the fucking desert. These niggas is bums. Kids, oh, I don't want to deal with a woman with kids. He has that option. 1,000%. You get you a piece of a good nigga, you better just keep him. Fuck it. You better just hold that nigga as a homeboy. Dave, what about male friends? I thought you said that was done. You better hold on to that nigga as a homeboy. Anything. Because it's becoming extinct. Now, what I want to show you this layout of this video. I'm not going to watch the whole hour and a half, but I'm going to try to catch some key points in it just to give you an example of one way or another. I promise you. I don't care if you tell me what a nigga does for a living. From a man's eye, a man knows a piece of shit. Because remember, we are the litter. We're walking in it. You come into the litter as a stranger, you don't know. That's like walking into a jungle and I'm a fucking animal. I'm the wild animal and you coming into the jungle. Remember, I'm good. You got to be careful. It could cost your life. You step on the wrong branch, it could kill you. You understand? What the fuck is calling me, man? Fucking losers. So, I want to share this, you said, hold on, Nate, what if your man, shout out to ADV, thank you. Nate, what if you're a man that hasn't found the right woman yet? If you're a man that haven't found the right woman yet, the right woman is all over the place. She's all over the place. The problem with a lot of y'all men, you're living in a fantasy. So a man that's living in a fantasy, he'll never find the right woman. You watch a lot of porn, you see on these Instagram girls, you want a dime piece, you want a 10 or 15. You can't find the right woman like that. That's the problem. But there's no man that can't find the right woman. It's impossible. Okay. Well, Nate, what about the good guys? Again, he's stupid. We talk about men that have brains. You understand? We talk about niggas that think like me. How many of those is there? That part. You know what I'm saying? I don't know a lot of niggas that think like me. I know niggas that get women and I'm like, wow, she has no fucking idea how much of a piece of shit she is. I get it all the time. Niggas be sending me, yo, boom, boom, yo, look at this chick. I'm like, how long y'all been together? Oh, such and such, a week, 2 weeks. Okay. Yeah. She has no fucking clue. I know it. She doesn't know. Just her being next to him is a problem. She has no clue. So black women, it's not that y'all got to take what y'all can get. You know what I mean? You just got to choose from the litter box. And shit happens. I mean, people drop watches in a litter box. People drop gold in a litter box. I just dropped a fucking earring in the faucet. My plumber got to come in and get that shit out tomorrow. Valuable shit could still go in the wasteland. You know, but again, you got to be lucky. I'm in the moving business. Every now and then I find money. So when I bring the shit to the recycle station with all that trash, every now and then I find some valuable shit. But that's not all the time. It's a draw. It's a lottery. You know, I'm in it, so that's how I got a better chance to win. Shout out to Shimmy for that. Thank you, Darren. You know, my members, man, you really, really do help me. You know what I mean? You know, because you're part of my production. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be no production without you. You know, you cover my production costs. You are the reason why all these years, all this equipment was through subscribers. Whether y'all just clicked on the video and the ad paid for it, everything here is from my supporters. And I want to thank you for that. You know, it is it's an honor to say that. You know, I don't have to come out of my physical pocket to buy, you know, video equipment. This shit is not cheap. I live near one of the biggest stores in the United States that sells all this shit. Even though that shithole got access to that too, you know what I mean? He has access to it. All he got to do is make a call. All he got to do is have an internet connection and a phone. All this shit he got access to, unfortunately. You know, but the hope is the mentality that you had, oh yeah, you know, I could get what I want and a man's gonna know that's them days are over. That's long gone. You had to be 70 years old to talk that, and even a 70-year-old wouldn't talk like that. Because she'll tell you it's not the same. You know? It's entirely different. You know, you know, you got to look on the level and think as a woman, when men are asking you, what could you bring to the table, is because he has options. Because, you know what I mean? If he's a douchebag, he knows at the end of the day, he knows that women want a good man. They looking for a boyfriend. They looking for a future husband, you know what I'm saying? And these niggas is looking for pussy. So when a man out here is having a hard time getting a good woman, he just don't know a woman. So that's, you know what I mean? He's just dumb to the fact of it. A lot of good guys most good guys got shitty women. Because good guys love hoes. You know, you can't have a conversation with good guys about a woman. Like, You know, I don't talk to good guys about women because they too fucking stupid. They good with you want a good guy with your sister, but then you know my sister may be a little too overqualified and may fucking cheat on him. Which is not a good thing for my sister, right? Because if I see a good guy, I know his wife is a hoe. Period. She's either a hoe or a dirty bitch. Good guys never get with good women. Real men get with good women. Good guys never, ever, 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 ever. I don't give a fuck. Oh, my brother, no. It doesn't go like that. The only way a good guy gets a good woman is if you literally, hey, this is my daughter, this is your son, we're gonna make them be first love and literally put them together like two fucking dogs and make them mate together, like the other traditions and other races, right? Other nationalities. But other than that, it's a lucky draw. You just don't see that. Somebody's no fucking good. You know? But back in the day, it was different. You know, you saw a good man would be with a lady. You understand? You would see that. You know, he passes away, she holds his legacy up. Now the nigga passes away, she marry a nigga in a week. That's the type of time we on. You understand? So when you see this And I'm sorry, you know, this like, well, Nate, where's the hope? I said, I don't know. You just gotta get lucky. And you can't share with me and say, Nate, what do you think? It's like, you can't ask me what I think about the caddy litter. Caddy litter is caddy litter.
And I want to make sure that, you know, the way we talking about it, other people can understand it, because I know for a fact, if people came to me however many years ago and was like, hey, what you think about reproductive justice? I would have a very confused look on my face. I'm like, I don't know exactly what that means and how we engage with it. But everybody here comes from a different perspective, a different life. Different experiences, and we want to bring that to this conversation. So I know that there's no way to get there without the empowerment of Black women and centering Black women in that power talk, in that power struggle, in that power strategy, in that movement, in our behavior. And what in y'all's eyes does that mean to you? Like, from y'all's experience, what's your connection to or experience with reproductive justice, and what does that actually mean to you? Anybody should kick in.
As a father, you fall deeply in love with parenting, right? And what that means, and understanding the responsibility that it takes. But you also learn, as a father, the mother ends up doing so much more than what you can offer sometimes. And it's just facts. You don't have breasts to feed this baby. You don't have the kind of just natural intellect to kind of carry things. That's why a lot of fathers just say, here you go, I don't know what to do, right? So I think, for one, it's just accepting that, understanding that you are there to help produce and provide, but then there's going to be so much more that you can't, provide. And so just trying to be a support system around whatever your spouse or your girlfriend at the time is choosing to do with their body is something that I've learned over the years. Personal experiences from having to make that decision to have an abortion, with your girlfriend at a young age, to end up feeling like that you didn't have a say-so in it, right? And then understanding as a man where you don't. Once you decide to go into that position and you put your seed into this woman, now that's her decision where to go. You can't say, well, I don't want no baby, or you can't have it. No. You should have thought about that before you go. So teaching my son that, right, and understanding that you have a decision very early on in the process, but later on you don't. And if you decide to go through with it, then you need to be ready to support and provide and do the things that you need to do. So that's kind of been my learning curve over the situation. And then just feeling horrible for, as we was talking off camera, about all the women who've lost their lives in this situation and not being able to have the medicine that they need. And not only around, reproduction and having babies, but even down to like fibroids, right? Mm-hmm. My wife struggles with that, and Black women not having the information that they need to figure out how to get rid of the fibroids and all those type of things. So whatever we can do to just kind of lean in and learn and listen, that's what I've been like. Same thing. If somebody would have asked me a couple of years ago, I said, I guess my perspective may have been different, but now we're in a time where you really just want to have a different understanding. I teach my son that, and then also my daughter, you know, what decisions she has to make before she lays down with somebody, and how it can change your life, right?
So it's incumbent upon you to have that information if your desire is to be a father, is to understand the woman's point of view and the things that they go through. We think of a lot of things that we go through, our upbringing, not having a father or having a father, all our experiences, and the dream of being a father, you know, and having a son or a daughter, and what kind of father you want to be. All of that comes to mind, but before inception, those thoughts never came to me. And it's
Listen, man. All these motherfuckers is full of shit, man. All of them. All of them cry fucking babies, man. Bitches. All of them. All of them. You don't believe me? Watch a video from the 1960s and the 1970s. And you want to see what 20-year-olds, I'm just being nice, 20-year-olds. First of all, y'all be like, oh, they was in their 40s, 50s. Right. They were more mature. These are all pussies, man. You got to understand what a black man meant in the 1960s, what he meant in the 1970s. You know what I mean? Before crack destroyed our homes, right? The 40s, the 30s, the 40s. Listen to your grandmother's grandmother tell you about a story about your grandfather. Or your uncle, your dad's, whatever. Just listen. They're not sitting among these fucking cornballs. These niggas are clowns. All of them. All of them. And what makes them clowns is because they don't have y'all figured out. That's the litter. Now you may look at it and say, well, Nate, that's not some bad litter. Oh, well, like I said, it's still litter. And the cat will shit on litter. See, the cat knows the difference. A dog will shit anywhere, nigga. A cat knows I'm supposed to shit in some litter. And if I'm gonna shit in the damn field, I'm gonna shit and cover it up. Dogs don't do that. That's why they made catty litter. Cat knows what it is. They put it in the box, you clean it out. They know what the deal is. Some of your own cats. And you know when that shit starts piling up in it, you gotta empty it. Well, the problem in this world, y'all end up dating one of them fucking shit critters in there. You do. Because you don't know the difference. You look at these men and say, well, these are like some prominent, decent men. Right, but I'm a man, I can see different. You can't see what I can see. Okay? All of these motherfuckers, all of them. All of them. And Clifton Powers, stupid, goofy ass, is sitting there talking to these motherfuckers.
And then educating yourself. A lot of us, we don't remember to read, right? Y'all remember them?
Shut up, nigga. Nobody want to hear your fucking little wannabe fucking thug ass. You probably getting screwed in jail. I don't want to hear it.
Love is not a thing that we can control.
Yes, it is. You can control it. The problem is you play these characters in a shy, nigga, and niggas is confused. That's the problem.
Is first.
I see this head nod going. I like that. Go ahead. I like it.
I'm going to combine like a couple of different topics, and it won't be in any chronological order, so just bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that Conscious will talk about is pandering, and me as a black gay man, for me, love shows.
Oh, he did admit he was gay. He did admit it. He admitted he was gay. See, again, you can't have conversations with, as a man, in the 1960s and 70s, a black man did not talk. It's two different worlds. There's nothing we need to talk about. He's going to make an excuse of why he likes dick, right? And then when you call him out of his name, now we get, you know what I mean? We pay a price for that. But back then, it's like, yo, man, I don't like you, man. You in the men, get out of here. You know what I mean? Because their mentality is if you don't like us, you can't be around us. I don't understand. This is the thing I don't understand about the community, and I always say this, right? Nobody has to accept what you do. It's the same thing having a bum ass homegirl or a female friend or whatever that dates bum niggas. Or you gotta accept who I deal with. No, you do not. You don't. You have to accept that. I don't have to accept any fucking bum that you with. You gotta accept that bum ass nigga. I don't have to accept the fucking thing. You gotta accept it. You gotta deal with that. I don't gotta deal with him. You understand? So in the community, they say black, Hispanic, gays, and no, nigga, gay is not a fucking race. It's not a nationality, nigga. It's a sexual preference. It means you like to suck dick and you like to get fucked in the ass. Okay? How the fuck does that coincide with my black history as being a black man of a black race of an African heritage? How does that explain that? Get the fuck out of here. So let me get this straight. So you like sucking man's dicks as a man, as a male, and I like eating pussy of a woman and put my ass in a woman's face. I do it behind my wife's back. I'm a complete fucking piece of shit. You do it with another man, it's like, oh, well, I had to step out on him because he didn't love me the way I needed to be loved. What? Love has nothing to do with porn. Porn is not love. Porn is recreation. Jesse Jackson had the Rainbow Coalition. And y'all turn that shit into a gay flag. I remember when 9/11 happened, the American flag was unification. We used to ride around with American flags on our car when everybody went down in that damn World Trade Center. Facts. For a long time. When Trump got into office, especially this term, the American flag became a KKK fucking flag. You come to Staten Island, you see an asshole every now and then. I seen one yesterday with a big flag on the back of a pickup truck. And y'all niggas ain't doing nothing about that? Black brothers, you know what you're supposed to do to a man that comes to your neighborhood with that big flag on his truck? He's supposed to pay a price. You can't go through New York City with an anti-gay flag. You can't be out there preaching on you. Freedom of speech, you still can't do that. These black men exercise all of our rights, paved the way, and we closed the road right back the fuck right up. Because y'all let him in. Calling somebody a nigger is just as bad as calling a gay man a faggot. They call that racism. They call that hate speech. No, nigga, you're into what I'm not into. You know what I'm saying? Whether you call somebody stupid, you call them a bitch, you call them a pussy. Why is it this shit if you call the F-bomb? Back in the 70s, when I was a kid, we used to say all the faggots live downtown. Now you can't use that word. We never said all the niggas live downtown. They don't even like being called homosexuals. As a gay man, okay, what does it entail of being gay? Why don't you tell us that? Because I could tell you what it entails of being black. It got nothing to do with sex. To be black got nothing to do with sex. To be gay has everything to do with sex. And then when we get at these round tables, for what? If Clifton Powell goes off on him, you're gonna say that he's attacking him. But if these were two men, it'd be two black men going at it. Shout out to Last Strawberry. Shout out to White School. He's still a man. A gay man is still a man. I ain't gonna deny that, but he's a gay man. Okay? It's a big fucking difference. We can't be at the round table together discussing black women. Fucking period. Period.
Is different. There's no sex attached to my care for Black women. So I would say for me as a child, one of the strongest women that were within my life was my grandmother. She was someone who...
Yes, exactly. It's going to be your grandmother. It's never going to be a man. You're going to put the woman ahead of the game because you have trauma through a man for whatever reason, but the fact because you like men, now you're going to try to weaponize it and blame the man for you being gay. Man, some people just don't know when to fucking leave you alone. That's crazy. It's crazy. Well, blacks, gays, and Jews, that is a religion. To be Jewish is a religion. Black is a race. Where does Jew have to do with racism? Where does being gay have to do with racism? It's everything else but that. Hate speech, I can accept that. It's not called racism. Racism is for race-related issues. This topic is about Black women. You are a gay man. We don't care to know how you became gay. Maybe you put your mother's shoes on. Maybe you thought it was good to be feminine. Whatever it is, why are we at this table for? To show the unity of what? Race relations, understanding Black women would have Black men and Black women at the table. Good luck on that, because that ain't going to go anywhere. You understand what I'm saying? So why are we doing this with the men?
She loved me with everything. She was someone who made sure that whenever I walk into a room, know that, I'm not trying to sound cocky or nothing, but eyes will be on you. People will be listening to you. Whatever you want to be in your life, you can be, whether that be a president, a CEO, whether you own your own business, whether you be a millionaire, anything you want to do, you can do. And with that, my grandmother was someone, she was a banker. She was someone who, she helped her community. All the people from Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, Arkansas, she knew all the millionaires. She knew all the business owners. She told people yes, no. She ran her bank. She ran her branch. She had people pull guns out on her and trying to rob her. That same woman who left work, she was someone who raised two strong sons. My father's a federal investigator. My uncle, my late uncle, he was a manager of the VA for the suicide unit. She was someone who raised strong Black men. And the same Black men that she supported, the same Black man that she fed, that was also...
No, she did not. She did not raise strong Black men. She did not. You can't raise strong Black men. She raised her son. That's it. It's not, she didn't raise strong Black men. In order for a man to have the medal of being raised as a strong Black man, it's gonna come from the father, a male figure. Period. That's like saying you became a doctor just through common sense. And maybe you do have a point of that. I can't even use that as an example because there is some motherfuckers out here that know they doctor shit, they medical shit a lot more than doctors. But you know what I mean? You can't go get a job as a doctor without a degree, right? Without the training, right? So how is it that you came as a Black man from a strong Black mother and now it's like, oh, you came from the Black woman. Okay, cool, but what about your father, which he spoke about his father being abusive? What is the only thing you should be telling us, and even if we needed to know that, is what made you become gay? What made you become gay, bro? Because that's another thing. So as a Black woman, she got no options. She got that catty litter. Half of the niggas is gay in there. That's number one. Oh, we forgot that part. Half of the niggas is gay. Half of the niggas is gay in that pile of litter. Half of the niggas is gay. Half of the niggas want to try a man. Half of the man's attracted to them. You understand what I'm saying? He got options. He could sleep with man or woman and still be good. You got a husband that's gay. You look terrible. That looks bad. Oh, what about if my man's cheating? No, it looks bad when your man is gay. That makes you look worse. That's what you have in that pool of fucking damn litter. What is the education of this man? What is he talking about? Why is he there? Seriously.
Or her husband, we also be the same people that put their thumb on their motherfucking head. You know? So what I'm trying to say is someone who can be so strong, we also live where we're in a community where traditionally, once the white man took his thumb off of us, a lot of us put our thumb on the woman. So one thing that you talked about as far as like your dad and how you treated your mother, I feel like one privilege it is to not be gay. Not gonna lie, I love being gay. Like, you know, like whether it's not a choice, it's not a choice. But in my life, what I feel is
it is a choice, brother. It is a choice. It's a choice. If I tell a woman bend over and I slide up in her ass, that's a choice. If I want to eat her pussy, it's a choice. If you fuck a man, nigga, you're gay. That's a choice. You're not born that way. You became that way. That's not nature. That's not normal. Don't try to normalize it, because if it's so normal, why do you call us straight? If we're straight men, which is the straight line, and you're gay, doesn't that mean that gay is crooked? Because to be gay is not straight. I'm straight, nigga. I fly straight. You fly gay. What if Clifton Powell, a man of that era, he's supposed to say, nigga, we don't want to hear none of that shit. The fuck out of here with that. He can't say that. Because then the interview is going to be, oh, he attacking him. No, nigga, he got every fucking right. Straight men don't want to hear none of that shit. Why do you love being gay? Or next thing you know, he's going to get too comfortable and say, I ain't nothing like a big black dick. We supposed to sit there and laugh? No.
you know, it was karma for the straight men. I also like to what patriarchy and masculinity look like, because I had to choose how I'm going to live my life. So you know how you were talking about how your dad, he was real good with his mom, he was real good with his sisters.
And me as a child.
Yes. A lot of men, they just live based off of the moral code. You don't even know what your own motherfucking morals are.
Right.
A lot of you just want to have children because that's what you're taught to. You didn't get no education. You're not saying you have to get education. You have no craft. You have no skill. So all you can do is really just have fun and have children. Nigga, fuck you. And then another thing that I want to say is too, a lot of people, you know, when I said like, you know, having accolades and things like this, a lot of my friends, and especially with moving to Houston, I have such a respect because like in Arkansas, a lot of people had kids by the time that they were my age. I'm 26. Majority of my friends, like they're between 29 to 30 to 40, you know, beautiful women, well into the careers, clocking 200,000 plus. You know, my allyship to them is supporting them whenever we're out. Like I am a protector. I'm not, there's a big kind of like,
protector. You're not her protector. You're not. You're not her protector. You're fucking the game all up. You're confusing her. You're not the protector. You're not straight. Respectfully, that's what the reality is. You're not a straight man. She needs a straight man to protect her. You're confusing her. You like what she likes and then you protecting her as a man. Something's wrong. You just love men. Right now, you're in a paradise, nigga. You're in there with all these men right now. You want to fuck them all. That's weird. We don't like to be at a table and we talking to a man in his face and he's thinking about sucking my cock. That's crazy to me. You're all over the place, bro. You shouldn't even be talking because you're confused. You're basically saying society is telling you to do one thing. No, nigga, you shouldn't be there. And Clifton Powell played himself. Clifton should just walk up and get out the room. They're going to drag him anyway, but at least he could cut his losses. He's feminine. Remember when you said he's throwing shit in your face like a bitch? This is not the black man representation. This is a gay black man representation, and that's fine. It's not the representation of the straight black man.
conversation about like, oh, gay men don't want to be treated as like poodles or whatever. Realistically, I'm 6'2", I'm 200 pounds, 215. Like, it's like if a motherfucker step up to my friends, I'm going to defend them. I feel like my presence as a black gay man is to
Yeah, but as
use.
soon as we hit you, you're gonna say that it was gay bashing. Soon as we hit you, nigga, you're gonna say he hit me because I'm gay and I'm fucked. You understand what I'm saying? Lonnie says, can you break down what he means when he says it's karma for the straight man? Okay, let me rewind that. I gotta hear what he said with that. Hold on.
I can do is really just have fun and have children. Nigga, fuck you. And then another thing that I want to say is too, a lot of people, you know, when I said like, you know, having accolades and things like this, a lot of my friends, and especially with moving to Houston, I have such a respect because like in Arkansas, a lot of people had kids by the time that they were my age, 26. Majority of my friends, like they're between 29 to 30 to 40, you know, beautiful women, well into the careers, clocking 200,000 plus. You know, there's no sex attached to my care for black women.
You know, but I think it's first there, understanding what the power of love really is. Because I think everybody has their perspective of what love is in my household. You know, what love is with my woman.
Right.
You know, as opposed to what does love mean to her?
Mm-hmm.
What does that mean to you? I'll tell you what it means to me. You tell me what it means to you, and let's find our way to middle ground of some sort. I think it's there. It's just trying to understand what that is, because everybody throws that shit around. It's popular.
Right.
Makes a lot of money. It's nice. Everybody wants it. Everybody's fighting for a variation of it.
Right.
It's trying to understand what that is. And I just think that love is not a thing that we can control. It just is first.
I see this head nod going. I like that. Go ahead. I like it.
I'm going to combine like a couple of different topics, and it won't be in any chronological order, so just bear with me.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that Conscious will talk about is pandering, and me as a black gay man, for me, love shows up as different. There's no sex attached to my care for black women. So I would say for me as a child, one of the strongest women that were within my life was my grandmother. She was someone who, she loved me with everything. She was someone who made sure that whenever I walked, I'm not trying to sound cocky or nothing, but eyes will be on you. People will be listening to you. Whatever you want to be in your life, you can be, whether that be a president, a CEO, whether you own your own business, whether you be a millionaire, anything you want to do, you can do. And with that, my grandmother was someone, she was a banker. You know, she was someone who, she helped her community.
Right, so whether you want to be gay, whether you want to be an astronaut, whether you want to be a firefighter, whether you want to be a stockbroker, whether you want to be a gay, it's a choice. You chose to do that, and you're trying to normalize it. Just now, YouTube just hit me with 18 and over for the video now because we talking about it. You see, you can't win with this shit. They just striked my shit, not a strike. They just restricted it, saying age restrictions said, and we not have no sexes, we not showing nothing new. This is what I'm saying. You can't even open your mouth, man. Pause. You can't have an opinion. That's why I said it's useless with these tables, these table talks. As I'm talking to you now, YouTube literally just hit me with this shit. Age restrictions set on black men. I tell you, you can't even speak, man. Even in the most, that's why every time you say something, you have to say, with all due respect, you just can't. They fuck with you. Podcasts are different. Real podcasts, they don't do all this. You know what I mean? This is what happens when you're on these platforms. The bots fuck with you, man. You can't even have an opinion. Can't talk. Unless you agree with them.
All the people from Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, Arkansas, she knew all the millionaires. She knew all the business owners. She told people yes, no. She ran her bank. She ran her branch. She had people pull guns out on her and try to rob her. That same woman who left work, she was someone who raised two strong sons. My father's a federal investigator. My uncle, my late uncle, he was a manager of the VA for the suicide unit. She was someone who raised strong Black men. And the same Black men that she supported, the same Black man that she fed that was also her husband, be the same people that put their thumb on their motherfucking head.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mhm.
So what I'm trying to say is someone who can be so strong, we also live where we're in a community where traditionally, once a white man took his thumb off of us, a lot of us put our thumb on the woman. So one thing that you talked about as far as like your dad and how you treated your mother, I feel like one privilege it is to not be gay. Not gonna lie, I love being gay. Like, you know, like whether it's not a choice.
Wow, wow, wow. You can't win, man. Nobody in there could have an opinion right now about what he just said. They can't. Right now, he's dominating that whole fucking room. Even niggas that's not with the shit. These are the black men that y'all look at, oh, they polish. Yeah, but this is the type. When they polish, they gay.
It's not a choice. It's not a choice. But in my life, what I feel is, you know, it was karma for the straight men, and also like to.
Wow, it was karma for the straight man, my nigga. Nobody corrected that. It was karma for the straight man. Wow. Let me break down what he meant by that. What he's basically saying, he's saying exactly what he meant. He's basically saying that being gay is a payback to the straight man for all that he did, putting a thumb on a woman, putting a thumb on a woman's neck and all the above. And the payback is everything that the straight man has put out. The karma is his gayness. That's what he meant. The karma is his, first of all, he says it's not a choice, which is a lie. It is a choice. All right? He's contradicting himself crazy in there. Because when his mother said you could be anything you wanted to be, why you ain't put that in there? It's a character. It's a choice. To be gay is a choice. It's a character. You chose your character. Black women are the #1 supporters of gay men and vicious thugs. I mean, Xavier. I ain't gonna say #1 supporters, because there's a lot of white men that support that too, brother. That ain't true. #1 supporters? How can black women be #1 supporters of gay men when gay men is fucking each other? Wouldn't gay men be the #1 supporters of gay men? That doesn't make sense. I know what you tried to say, but that doesn't make sense. That's a weak excuse. See what I mean? This is what we're stuck with. Look at the title. Black women, you got no options. You must choose from the litter. This is my point. This is my fucking point. They're all fucking crybabies. They don't make them like they used to. You think this man would have came in here and looked at this title and showed some mode of seniority, responded to one of my comments? He went straight for the woman. Nobody supports a gay man like a gay man. That's just the bottom fucking line. Okay? When gays are in the industry and there's some bullshit that's going on with an underage kid, gays come together, brother. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. That's bullshit. Okay? If R. Kelly was sleeping with boys, he would have never been in jail, nigga. Okay? What kept Diddy out of jail? He didn't get tried for none of them fucking things with them boys. They threw all that shit out. Because all them motherfucking goddamn lawmakers is gay. Gays stick together. That's bullshit. Black women are the #1 supporters of gays. Now you went into black women are the #1 supporters of vicious thugs. Come on, bro. You can't do better than that. When most of these gay niggas is fucking damn niggas. What are you talking about? How do you think Baby from Cash Money's so powerful, nigga? Because he's gay. How do you think Russell Simmons is so powerful? Because he's gay. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Xavier? You gonna go to ChatGPT and get the information? Okay? Black women can't support no fucking body. Who do they support? They support motherfuckers like you, losers. Complaining and bitching. You fucking pussy. Don't come back here no more, man. Fuck you. Don't come back here, you piece of shit. Don't come back here. Don't come back here no more. You piece of fucking dirt. Don't come back here. Don't come back here, you piece of shit. Don't come back here. This is the point I'm making. This is the litter. I'm telling you, they can't help it. These niggas try to normalize stupidity, ignorance, immaturity, sexual preferences, and they put that in our history. Black history is done. We can't even do history of hip hop of 50 years. Atlanta niggas start saying we created it. It's not that they illusion. These niggas is crazy. Listen to this fucking shithole talk. Listen to him. He's all over the place.
Reject what patriarchy and masculinity look like because I had to choose how I'm going to live my life. So
right. So you just said you have to choose. You just said it's not a choice. Then you just said you have to choose how you want to live your life. You chose to fuck men. Period. You're all over the place, bro. This is a problem with brothers. Okay, this is why y'all need therapy. Somebody needs to tell y'all niggas something's wrong with you, bro. You're crazy. You just said it's not a choice. You want me to rewind it? He just said it.
all the people from Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, North Little Rock, Arkansas, she knew all the millionaires. She knew all the business owners. She told people yes, no. She ran her bank. She ran her branch. She had people pull guns out on her and trying to rob her. That same woman who left work, she was someone who raised two strong sons. My father's a federal investigator. My uncle, my late uncle, he was a manager of the VA for the suicide unit. She was someone who raised strong Black men. And the same Black men that she supported, the same Black man that she fed that was also her husband, be the same people that put their thumb on their motherfucking head. Mm-hmm. You know? Mm-hmm. So what I'm trying to say is someone who can be so strong, we also live where we're in a community where traditionally, once a white man took his thumb off of us, a lot of us put our thumb on the woman. Yes. Mm-hmm. So one thing that you talked about as far as like your dad and how you treated your mother, I feel like one privilege it is to not be gay. Not gonna lie, I love being gay. Like, you know, like whether it's not a choice, it's not a choice, it's not a choice. But in my life, what I feel is, you know, it was karma.
Okay. He said it was karma for the straight man. So he felt he was being punished for being straight. He just put this into a round table and they can't even fucking say nothing about it. The karma for a straight man was to be gay. So now you're making excuses. Now you're not even making sense. So the karma, so it's bad to be straight. Nobody's gonna say nothing about this? No one?
For the straight men, and also like to reject what patriarchy and masculinity look like, because I had to choose how I'm going to live my life. So you know how you were talking about how your dad, he was real good with his mom, he was real good with his sisters.
And me as a child.
Yes, a lot of men, they just live based off of the moral code. You don't even know what your own motherfucking morals are.
Oh, come on. That's weak. That's weak, bro. That's weak. But you know what? Colin right now ain't gonna say shit.
Right.
A lot of you just want to have children because that's what you're taught to. You didn't get no education. You're not saying you have to get education. You have no craft. You have no skill. So all you can do is really just have fun.
Oh, shut up, man.
I am 69, be 70 in March. I've just learned how to love. Our parents didn't know how to love. Their parents didn't know how to love. And if I could say anybody maybe had an edge, it was the women. That's why I celebrate Black women. I live with a psychiatrist, forensics detective, gangster, loving Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, who's just been patient with me to teach me how to love. But in closing on this, because I don't want to get too deep, I called my buddy, man. I said, I'm fucking up, bro, really bad. I'm fucking up. So I've never been monogamous. So I don't fucking know what it is.
What age did you become a monogamous?
Today. No, but let me just say what it is.
To know.
And we don't talk about this. We don't talk about dopamine being in a pleasant center of the brain like we talked about oxytocin is the hormone. It's called the cuddle hormone. So a lot of times we're just talking in generalities. And that's why I think what you said about counseling, because a counselor is going to get inside of this from a real, not even white people perspective, just from a scientific perspective, unless science is not wrong and the brain is not made what it is. So when I hurt my girl, which I've done over and over, and I commend her for even being with me, and I said it in my podcast, and I'm gonna say this and stop. I called one of my partners who was brilliant. He said, when you hurt somebody, where you leave them is where they stay. So I think our parents, our grandparents, our uncles, the people that raised us, those men who treated the women outside the house nice, but then put the thumb on the grandmama and put the thumb on the girlfriend or whoever. They are all, it all comes from out of all of that. And I think that's what makes me excited that we're going to bring the women and the uncles and we need to bring them all in here. But go ahead. What you going to say?
The one thing that I just want to talk about in Luke, make sure I say the name right, crop this part out. Okay. What Luke brought up was like accountability. Like, yes, we can talk about, what our families did to us, all this, all that. But eventually, and I know why people try and say this, and I really don't like that, but eventually comes a point where you have to decide, how do I want to live my life? I haven't talked to my daddy in 6 years. I don't give a fuck about what my family has gone through. I know where I will go. So it's like, you can only say that for so long. Black women are tired and, kind of like putting onto them like, hey, like, you didn't do this entirely, because everybody in here, several people have talked about like, going to counseling. Have that upon yourself. Stop waiting for a woman to tell you what you need to do. Take that upon yourself.
Let me address that real quickly. For me, I didn't know fucking how to
Can
love.
I say one more thing? No, I have to say this, because another thing that happens is too, you live your life for so long, and I'm not meaning no disrespect by
It's all
this.
right. Just say it, bro.
But when you hit your 60s and your 70s, I want to be right.
Okay, but let me.
I want to live my life right. I want someone to take care of me and protect me, and that's what a lot of women have issues
I'm living
with.
it right the fuck now.
As I said,
listen.
I said 60s and 70s.
Let me say this.
Don't overtalk
I'm
me.
gonna fucking overtalk you
I'm
because
good,
you're talking out
but
of
you're
line.
not gonna disrespect
You don't know
me.
what the fuck you talking
Oh, I
about.
am.
I
I do.
love it.
I do.
You don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Oh, I do.
Because you can't
I do.
shit.
I
You don't
do.
know it, nigga.
I do. I'm good.
You don't know what the fuck you fuck out of here. I'm living. You can't tell me what the fuck I'm living, nigga. I'm living it right now. You cannot fix no shit that you don't even know is happening.
I think there's a misunderstanding.
No, but he's generalized. You can't. Listen, bro. Let me stop. This is what it is. Let's get to the truth of this shit. You can't fix no shit unless you meet somebody who is on another level to help you elevate to understand. I'm not indicting anybody. I'm telling you what the shit is. You can't fix some shit that you don't know about, bro.
Yeah.
You can't. And then you get there at 69 or 70 and say, I thought I was being loving all this time. That's what our parents have gone through. And that's why we all so fucked up right now.
You asked, how do we love Black women?
Yeah.
That's right here. Trust Black women and listen to Black women, because they know more than we do what it is that they.
See? Now the gay man is gonna stick up for the other gay man. Nobody supports gays like another gay man. Even this being a transgender that's a woman, they stick together. Now the other gay man is gonna defend him. None of the straight men in there said one fucking word when this nigga was out of pocket with all the shit he was talking about. Clifton is wasting his time being there. He gonna snap one day. And the nigga walked out on him just like a little bitch. He did what a girl would do. That's why his father didn't want him. His father didn't want him. That's why he dragging his father. His father, I can give a fuck. Look at this.
Need.
I don't think that's true either.
As men,
There's a lot of black women who don't know how to love.
I'm not talking about what they know how to love. I'm saying what they need as far as.
No, you shouldn't be talking. You shouldn't be saying a word. You're defending the other gay man because he's part of you. This is becoming this is a war. How did you get here? Well, Clifton, how did you accept this invite? This is no different than joining a live stream of a panel of men. You got to look at the men that's on there and say, nah, I'm good. Hey, Nate, you want to be part of this thing? We're doing this. We got a transgender, we got a gay man, we got this, we got that, we got a travel guy. Nah, I'm good. Thanks, but no thanks. That's it. Look, she's defending him. Watch.
I get that.
We're talking about, that's what we're talking about right now. Also, if we're going to use our privilege and power as men in society, how do we show up?
You're not a man. This is crazy. You're not a man. You're not a man. Love, you're not a man, sweetie. You're not a man. That's the problem right there. You're not a man. If you are a man, you're part of the kitty litter. You're part of the litter. Now a woman dates you now when you got to lie to her and tell her you're something that you're not because you're not even a man. Come on, man.
Be accountable, like you said. The way to be accountable is to dismantle patriarchy, because patriarchy.
No, darling, no. You got to stop it. You are a transgender. You shouldn't even be part of this conversation. Clifton is. I'm looking at Clifton different now. I'm never gonna look at him the same. He played himself, and he's gonna get worse.
He makes it so that men have the power and women do not.
But you can't get there unless you listen to him. We got to go, and you may not agree.
No, you're getting weak now. Don't do that. You're getting weak. You just was disrespected, nigga. What about us as straight men? I just got attacked from a gay man. He just attacked you because if you went off on him, he's gonna say that you was gay bashing. That's not fair. How come the things that apply for them don't apply for us? That's not fair. And now you're gonna get weak with your talking points. Now watch.
You gotta go to therapy. I should be in therapy right now. My girl should be in therapy.
No. You supposed to have said he shouldn't even have fucking been here. You shouldn't be here and him. I'm not fucking with you. I shouldn't have been able to sign up for this. Why don't you say that? Therapy don't help black men. Y'all could go to it. It ain't gonna change you. Therapy, there's no cure for mental illness. Period. Okay? He could get that treatment through a bottle of fucking goddamn liquor. Seriously. There's no cure for mental illness.
We all come from generations and generations, and you can't motherfucker sit here and tell me when I'm going through at 70, I just realized, but listen to what I'm saying. Let's be good, bro. It's not gonna get out of control. This is real shit. Bro, this is real shit. I'm telling you, you can't love a queen. Some of these girls out here in Queens because their daddies wasn't there. If your daddy ain't there, from 12 to 25, you're going down a rabbit hole. Promiscuity, drugs. Gotta read more. Gotta stop getting so fucking defensive and read more, because I read. I know what the fuck I'm talking about because I'm living it.
I know you know what you're talking. It's not even the fact that you live in it, brother. They don't respect you. You ain't nothing but an old ass nigga. And that's the problem. You can't be there with all this bias. You shouldn't have been there. Not only to do all of them, you shouldn't even have been in this room. Now they weakened your shit now. Now you looking crazy. Because after that disrespect, you still, nigga, your character alone is what we see. I'm never going to look at your character as a strong character when I watch your movies anymore. Because I know you're nothing but a monkey.
Until you meet a real motherfucking queen who had to figure out her trauma, you
He's
can't.
not gonna read it. He's a queen himself. He's a queen himself, bro. Like, what are you doing? He's a queen himself. He wants to be a woman. The other woman wants to be a man. You're outnumbered here. Why did you sign up for this? Why? Why, you goofy bastard? Why was you there? Why?
Can't even learn how to love a black woman.
So here's one thing.
That's what we gotta start.
Here's one thing with the because I think I agree that you can't wait until you know.
You gotta hold yourself accountable.
So
if you figure it out.
hold on. Because here's
If
the
you
thing.
figure it out, bro.
But you gotta let other people talk. Hold on. I got you.
No, it's not. No, you're disrespecting OG, man. You gotta let other people talk. You didn't say that shit with him when he cut him off. This is what y'all got. This is the pool, and these are considered good men. Even with these niggas as good men, they fucking weirdos. You're not even letting the nigga talk, man. You didn't tell the gay nigga that he's not letting anybody talk. Y'all fucking catered to him.
That's why I can't do
I
this,
got
bro.
you. I got you.
I'm on.
You can't. You can't. You can't.
The arguments are important. This is how black men talk.
The energy is.
No, they don't talk like this. You can't school these niggas. They're dirt. I don't fuck with it. You can't school niggas. I don't do that. I don't. You know how many times niggas be like, yo, yeah, they gotta pay me, nigga. I'm gonna tell you the same thing a therapist tells you. I could treat you. I can't cure you. That's my disclaimer. You can't change these niggas. They gotta die. You can't have conversations with black men unless they over the age of 75 fucking years old. And most of them are gone. You can't. These niggas their minds is all fucked up. Okay? These niggas will tell you, yeah, I sucked a dick or two, but I'm still a straight man. That's the type of climate we living in. They don't make them like they used to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. He's the last one in there. And they're not even respecting him. Yes, Kenneth, therapy is a joke. Every man I know, they went to therapy. Clifton Powell is killing his credibility in this. I'm telling you, when I watched a movie, I want to watch, what movie? I used to look at Clifton Powell as that strong OG nigga, like, yo, we still got him here. What's happening, brother? You ain't giving these niggas no smoke. You letting these hat and beard niggas tell you what the fuck to do. You talking too much. They ain't tell the queen that.
This is what I want to make sure we're framing properly, because at a lot of the time we think, because you're talking about your privilege and your power and how you use it. A lot of time we've been taught our power is how we control a situation, and we try to
say Jay Alfonso had to depart early due to a prior commitment. He probably left because he seen the shit was crazy. One nigga left there. Look at the caption on the bottom. I'm telling you, this was a fucking fucked up situation here, man.
To control that situation by dominating it, by shutting other people down, by overpowering them. And
he just did that. The gay nigga just overpowered him. Why don't you talk to him?
think that is something that, I mean, monogamy, just to be real, is not the end all be all. That's not the best. It's the only way. It's not the only way to live, and it's not just men or women. It's literally there are other ways to be, and so
no, it's not. Monogamy is monogamy, bro. Monogamy is monogamy. Period. Stop trying to normalize and make your own meanings.
Some people value monogamy more. That doesn't mean that you have sin and you
just said monogamy could be a whole bunch of different things, and now you say people. Which one is it, fucking bozo?
you dead and you evil if you haven't been. But the problem is, most of the time, the way that we're living is by telling somebody that we are monogamous when we're not. Hold on. That's lying. Hold on.
No, he's not supposed to hold on. He's older. He's an elder. He knows more. He's the oldest man in the room. Show him the respect. That's crazy.
So that's dishonest.
We can't talk about monogamy. No, we gotta talk about
you. I'm not arguing
Let him talk, bro.
with you. I'm agreeing with you. Hold on.
men are not. First of all, this is not our culture, and Africa is polygamy.
No.
It's not monogamous biologically.
Here we go again. I tell y'all, this is what happens with these niggas. Y'all get into these fucking debates. Clifton, you lost your credibility with me, bro. You lost your credibility with me. I would never do this, nigga, and I'm not even as big as you. I would never have talked to these fucking losers. They're beneath me. You should have went and just passed away, nigga, and just had, this fucked your credibility up, nigga. Jason Jackson wouldn't have talked to these motherfuckers. And if there was, there'd be representation. Yo, he's out of the interview. You're supposed to pull the microphone off and say, no, we're done. That's it. We're done. You're making him look like a fool. You're going to fuck his whole goddamn swag up. Somebody's supposed to pull him out for that. I don't know if he did it for a check. Hopefully he did. Hopefully he did. He fucked himself up. He sold out. Look, the gay nigga going to go at him again. Look.
Some people do believe that monogamy is the most healthy thing. 97% of married men. Yeah, well, I mean,
That's right. 90% of married men cheat. You heard what he just said? Hold on. I didn't have it on the stage. Fuck, I'm sorry. Look at this. Now you got him in his bag a little bit.
I'm on. You can't. But you can't.
The arguments are important.
Clifton, you're not gonna be able to. You're not gonna be able to get through these motherfuckers. I'm telling you, they're no fucking good. They're all like that. All niggas is like that. You're wasting your time here.
This is how black men talk to each other. So I want to make sure. This is what I want to make sure we're framing properly, because at a lot of the time we think, because you're talking about your privilege and your power and how you use it. A lot of time we've been taught our power.
Is your privilege? What privilege? His privilege to deceive women, to let them know he's a man and he's a woman? That's not a privilege. Oh my God. How are we talking about the law of marriage and cheating and y'all changing your fucking identity to be changing your sex organs, sleeping with men? And you have the audacity to have an issue with him when he says 90% of the marriages, men are cheating?
Is how we control a situation, and we try to control that situation by dominating it, by shutting other people down, by overpowering them. And I think that is something that, I mean, monogamy, just to be real, is not the end all be all. That's not the best. It's the only way. It's not the only way to live. And it's not just men or women. It's literally, there are other ways to be. And so some people value monogamy more. That doesn't mean that you have sin and you dead and you evil if you have.
He's trying to make a way for the gay community now, because it is a sin, nigga, not to have monogamy in a fucking relationship, nigga. Sorry. Period. But see, if you fucking everybody left and right, and you and men is going to bathhouses, see what I mean? This is another one. He's speaking for the community.
Haven't been. But the problem is, most of the time, the way that we're living is by telling somebody that we are monogamous when we're not. Hold on.
It's called a lie, nigga. That's all it is.
It's lying.
But hold on.
So that's dishonest.
We can't talk about monogamy. No, we gotta talk about
you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm agreeing with you. Hold on.
Men are not. First of all, this is not our culture, and Africa is polygamy.
No. It's not
monogamous biologically, is it?
Some people do believe that monogamy is the most healthy thing.
97% of married men cheat, bro.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's
85% of married men cheat. Nobody is being monogamous.
We've also been taught to lie, and we also been
but I'm just saying
to
what the
dominate
fact
and
is.
control.
I
So
think the
I think
fact-
there are other perspectives here that are valuable in holding that stuff accountable, because we would
Damn, man. My father would have never sat in the room with these fucking orangutans. He said, even with mental illness medication, the people that prescribe them, it cripples them, make the condition worse. Yeah, because you're going to have to rely on it. There's no cure for mental illness. That's what people got to understand. You know what I mean? It's a treatment. There's no cure for mental illness. There's no cure for fucking cancer. There's no cure for diabetes. There's no cure. It's treatments. They give you the treatments.
talking about how to hold each other accountable in this,
Can I
right?
add something to that?
In talking about trusting Black women and loving Black women, how do we hold each other accountable in that? How do we make promises that we can keep? How do
Yeah,
we
just stop sticking your dick in niggas' asses. That's it. That's the promise that you can make with a woman. Stop sticking your dick in niggas' asses and normalizing it. Stop making it bad because he wants to sleep with another woman. He ain't no good, but when he want to sleep with another man, there's nothing wrong with that. Stop trying to normalize it. That's what you need to fucking stop doing.
we say that, you know, make sure that we're surrounding each other with people who are going to check us when we're wrong, right? And how do we know that who knows what's right and what's wrong in that, right?
I think it's
Even what I read, a lot of the time, what we read is wrong.
Yeah.
A lot of the time, the books that they give us to educate ourselves are wrong. So I do want to hear more perspectives on literally how to hold ourselves accountable in that. How do we
No, it's just stop being horny, nigga. You're lusting. You're a man. You're either in the boys, girls, grown women, older dogs, cats. You're a black man. You lust. You're a lust machine. Okay? Tell the truth to yourself. Just say you ain't shit. Stop trying to make it look like you're good or better than anybody. Let this, the only thing that should be happening, y'all should shut the fuck up and let this OG get them two losers out of there and let the OG and let them ask questions so he could educate them. You can't educate nobody. As much as I know, nigga, I wouldn't have been running my mouth like that in there. I would have been letting Clifton talk. And I would have said, yo, Clifton, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even know why you here. They're not gonna listen to you. You're wasting your time. That's what I would have said.
we're talking about trusting Black women. How do we trust Black women, right? You know what I'm saying? And what does that trust accountable to? What books? Because a lot of the books that we're given in school are lies that tell us the opposite of how to trust Black
Y'all
women.
caught that, right? When they was arguing, one dude walked out of there. One dude walked out of that shit.
To tell us the opposite of how to hold each other accountable and make sure that we understand what is right and wrong and what each other's perspectives are. So I do want to. I love the
Look at him. He's frustrated. This nigga's supposed to be doing movies, man. He shouldn't be sitting here with these fucking clowns.
energy. You know, I'm not afraid of the argument. I'm not afraid of the fight. But it does have to be. But I do want to make sure that we take it to a place where we come out here more powerful than we did when we came.
I think we gotta listen to Luke. Listen, I think we gotta listen to Luke. He's talking about there. This is what I'm saying. We don't get your t-shirt. In order for us to trust Black women, we gotta fix ourselves. They gotta go fix themselves, and it starts with Black people don't like to go to counseling.
Okay,
They need to go to fucking therapy. That's it.
Jay brought that up, and I agree that we must talk, but I do also understand the value in us talking, our perspective.
We got that part. But how do we find solutions?
Well, the only thing is we're not gonna get to a solution because there is still something on the table. There's still something on the table, and we gotta.
What's on the table?
Your point of view.
What's on the table to me is how do we as Black men?
You said listen to Luke.
No, but I'm just interjecting, bro. Y'all said interject.
Well, inject.
Listen, I'm saying, how do we help Black women? I'm telling you.
Well, first we gotta help ourselves.
Right.
But I'm go to no Black women
saying is,
if we can't figure out,
right?
If we can't figure out what love really means, what love looks like to us, what love.
Oh my God, y'all saying that none of that shit works. You know what I'm saying?
Love has been to us. What have we been taught about love?
We come from generations of no love,
right?
So we gotta
does
go back to.
patriarchy come with accountability?
No, I
What
think
is
we gotta go back
definition of
The
patriarchy?
definition of patriarchy is when we have systems of domination for men. Right now, I think we're not doing a good job of naming the system that literally incentivizes us to be on some fuck shit, or incentivizes us to always want to be dominated in power. Yeah. So I think in our conversation right now as Black people, a lot of times when you hear the word patriarchy, you think about the word patriarchy, you think about how we're taught in Christianity to be patriarchs. So a lot of us have a hard time thinking about leadership and thinking about how that leadership comes out in fucked up ways. I.e., I want to be a patriarch like Father Abraham, therefore.
Oh, shut up, nigga. Nobody want to hear. Go to Atlanta and get a fucking boyfriend. The fuck out of here. Shut up.
We are not the smartest people in the room.
Yeah.
I think it goes a step further than that.
Go for
I
it.
think we're too ashamed to admit when we're wrong. And so when we go, so like when Trust, I'm gonna say something. Tressie, Tressie Cottom, credible writer, sociologist. She says we are smarter.
This guy's an actor too. They're wonderful actors. Him and this other dude to the left of him, the actors on the show. My show called The Shy. Fantastic show.
When we listen to Black women, not because all Black women are right, because all Black women deserve to be heard, right? And when we're so caught up in the process of listening is love. That's how we love Black women, by listening to them, right? Again, everything they said isn't necessarily right, but they do deserve to be heard.
So let me address that.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me back it up. In doing so, we can help dismantle patriarchy because we're leading. Hold on, let me finish, brother. We're leading with listening. And if we lead with listening, that means we're not listening so that we can respond. We're listening, just listening to understand, which means you might have to ask another question. If you speak, it is to ask another question,
And not censor yourself.
so you can get more information from the source.
And so we started out
really quick with that patriarchy, because we keep saying patriarchy and you were saying without centering yourself. And I think that that's really important. Because I wouldn't know. I'll just be real. If me being, young nigga in the street, I wouldn't be.
I wouldn't say young, but
When I was, I'm not saying now. I understand what it is now, but I'm saying when I was, I wouldn't hear somebody talk about dismantling patriarchy and be even attracted to the conversation or even know what that means, right? And so what I would like you to go a little bit deeper into what does that even mean? Because for me, the way I'm thinking about it is the way that we've been taught wrong about our power. That we are supposed to, that we have some sort of privilege in certain, in some situations, that we have a little bit more power than some.
This is why I don't agree with patriarchy at all. That again, that's another thing of the past. It's just, it's a thing of the past. Patriarchy is a thing of the past. It's those days are over. You guys are trying to normalize all this crazy freak shit into this new world. It's over. Why are we having this conversation? You guys are trying to, you could barely stay with a woman and without sleeping with a man, and you talk about patriarchy? Get the fuck out of here. This is all bullshit. Everything here is bullshit. This is a clip from the Black Man Trust Black Woman Roundtable presented by Sister Song. It's a whole bunch of actors and whatever.
Somebody else, and that we abuse that power. We use that power to try to control the situation in our favor when we should be listening to other people, when we should be honoring their existence and centering their freedom, their liberation. You know what I'm saying? So what their experience. So what does that mean to y'all? What does that even mean to dismantle patriarchy? What is that? Why is it harmful?
You got to dismantle your lust, black man. Good luck with that. You have options. You can be lustful and be gay and be the happiest man in the world because it's accepted. Can a man be straight and be as lustful? Can he? Can a man be straight and be as lustful in a society? No, he's considered a dirty dog, right? He's considered a fucking animal. But when he's gay, you guys can do all that shit over there. That's right. Dismantle the lust. That's all this. Every man at this table is into some freaky shit. Period. All of them. Clifton Powell loves pussy, fucking some of the actresses on the set. He's been unfaithful to his woman. It's okay. The gay man likes dick and balls. The transgender wants to be a man. It's all. That's what this all is. Nobody's touching that. The minute he talks, if Clifton Powell said there's nothing like pussy, the gay nigga's gonna disagree with that. He gonna say there's nothing like a big dick. This is what this all is. They're talking about a whole bunch of shit that does not. That's my point in this conversation. These conversations are redundant and old.
Harmful, and I'm not putting that necessarily on you, but whoever wants to.
Can I go?
What does that mean? Yeah.
So when someone comes to you and they already know what you possess as a person, you know, like for example, like a lot of doctors. Once I feel like a lot of black men get higher education, a lot of people want to get treated like a bitch. That's the truth. Like more accolades, get treated like a bitch.
What are you talking? What are you talking about? What is he talking about? You feel one people want to seek a higher education, the other one wants to be treated like a bitch. Now watch Clifton ask this question. What does he mean?
Like you want like, oh, like
Take care of me.
Yes, take care of me. Like, or like, you know, oh, like I'm the prize. You know, I'm the prize.
You talking about when you become rich and famous.
It don't even got to be rich and famous. It could be you going like for 12 years in academia.
That language
I'm trying to understand you.
What?
like treated like a bitch.
That's how they want to be treated. Some men
They want to be like a prima donna.
But think about the
That's
way
relative
that
to
you're saying
patriarchy.
and
Yeah,
what we're
that's
talking
good.
about now
That's
about
good.
censoring like black women and their experiences, and even the saying treated like.
I'm not making that connection. Bitch to me is subservient. Men can be bitches. Women can, you know, like I shouldn't say that.
He could get away with saying bitch because he's gay. See what I mean? I can't do that, but he can.
But you're a man.
Yeah, but
So you being called a bitch is not the same as a woman being called a bitch, especially a black woman being called a bitch.
I feel like the black women that listen to this, they're gonna know what I'm talking about. They're gonna know what I'm talking about.
As long as we put, because I think it's important. I hear what you're saying.
I'm
I
talking
see
about-
what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get it. What I think that it's important that we talk about all of it.
Yes.
This is
And
what I'm saying.
clarify.
So like
Clarify.
we're speaking in this way. This is how the dismantling happens. Because the language and how we say things is very important.
Sure.
And that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So like I'm not saying like don't say it, because I'm like I say bitch all the time. Like that's not what I'm saying at all. But it's essentially about when we're talking about the systems of power, and when we talk about dismantling patriarchy, and we talk about masculinity and what that means and what that looks like to us. And I can say even to y'all as someone as cis men, because my perspective of it is going to be completely different from how you all experienced it, having come from a different place. So like when growing up I have two brothers, and the way my father taught my two brothers what it would be to be what it meant to be a man and how to show up and what masculinity meant, it was always domination, it's power, it's strength. And it was never really
Softness.
like protection, not softness. So I wanted to combat the idea that being a good man, a man
It's a mix.
is being like or men are natural.
Is being born a man. To be a man is being born a man, darling. You shouldn't be having this. Why is nobody stopping her talking? Why? Because the two gay people there are supporting each other, not the black woman. Why is he talking? How does he even have the stage to have a conversation? This is creepy. Because nobody could say, yo, first and foremost, you're a woman.
Protectors or natural providers. I don't think that's the case at all. Men are not. You can't be a natural protector and provider when you are the one that's causing harm. Right.
Yeah.
So what are you protecting? You're protecting.
God,
You're saying you're protecting.
Come on, man. Come on. You gonna let him get away with that? Oh, this is hard. This is bad. I can't watch the. I'm gonna have to leave too. This is ridiculous. And you know what, Clifton Powell? I'm fucking ashamed at you. I'm gonna look at you different, man. That's why y'all gotta watch when y'all do these podcasts. It fucks y'all up. This is bad publicity.
You said that so eloquently.
You're saying
So simple too.
He said it the way I was trying to say it.
No,
You're protecting your soul.
Then he be doing this motherfucking hands like this, like I'm gonna fuck you up.
So that is largely how we wrong.
And then we talk about masculinity. So when we're teaching young men and boys,
Nah, man, fuck that, man. Clifton shook this nigga's hand. I wouldn't have did that.
when you are the one that's causing harm.
Right.
Yeah.
So what are you protect? You're protecting. So you say you're protecting women.
You said that so eloquently.
Here we go again, blaming a man.
He
said it the way I was trying to say it.
No, you're protecting your soul.
Then he be doing this motherfucking hands like this, like I'm gonna fuck you up.
So that is largely how we wrong.
And then we talk about
Wow. Well, you know, on a positive note, it's good that he shook his hand. Let me rewind. It was positive. That was a good thing. I'm going to tell you why it was a good thing. It was a good thing because out of everything that they talked about in this hour and a half, this was the best thing that happened there. But they could have just did that. They could have just shook hands, nigga, offset. You understand where I'm coming from? This whole conversation is a waste of time. I can't. This conversation is a waste of time. It's a waste of time. It's redundant. We're not going anywhere with it. We just it's useless. And I understand, like, yo, we should get together, black men. They don't make them like they used to. These conversations, you gotta watch those panels and go back in the day when men spoke real knowledge. The current situation, thank you, Wife School. Yes, it was rough. Clifton, man, I'm very disappointed in Clifton Powell. I think this was an awful look. I think his management team was very bad if he did this on his own. I think this was what you call, this is a circus, and it's not going anywhere. Unfortunately, black women, this is your litter box. You got to choose from that. I'm going to ask you, black woman, right now, if you had to choose from that box right now of the men in that room, who would you choose? Which one's going to school you? Which one's going to be a man? Which one came from an era when patriarchy actually existed? Which man in there admitted we need to be more 11? We need to listen more. One of the other brothers, he did admit that. The other brother from the show, The Shy. Where is it at? Black man says he's the prize. On social media, he is. He is. In real life, he's a pile of shit. But how much of a pile of shit is he if you need one? If you need one, how much of a pile of shit is he? You understand what I'm saying? How much of a pile of shit is he if you need him, right? So if I'm a man, I'm biased because I'm a man, so automatically I'm gonna be like, oh, they're all this, that, and the third. How do you navigate with searching for the right one when even at this level, all these men are prominent in this room? They are millionaires, actors, incredible careers. Everybody in that room is making, you know what I mean, over $1 million. For the most part, everybody in that room is making money. All them dudes are prominent. Even at the highest level for us, that would be prominent. Who would you choose? You got the gay man that's in there. He's part of that, right? You got the transgender that's a woman, that's a Latin woman that's trying to be a man. Then you got, Luke James that plays a character dating a transsexual. He was in the show kissing and making love to this transsexual. I mean, come on. And now these niggas want to talk about let me give people some people that don't know the meaning of certain words, but this is basically what patriarchy is. Patriarchy. It's a social system where men hold primary power, dominating roles in political leadership, moral authority, social privilege, and the control of property. It is characterized by male-dominated, male-identified, and male-centered structures that marginalize women and often pass inheritance through the male line. Those men no longer exist. If there's any man in the room that represents that, would be Clifton Powell. And he just desensitized this whole shit from being there with them. You get it? It's almost like, how can Clifton Powell, let's say Clifton Powell slept with a man, and then he's supposed to be this prominent. What if we seen the brother from FUBU that is supposed to be this prominent black man and he's married to a white woman? You understand where I'm coming from? Like, how do we work around that? How do we see Clifton Powell as this, great B actor that we know in our community, the black community, the race community? How do we look at him now and realize that a lot of his characters is not even acting? He just plays an angry role because he has a lot of trauma. Is he really a good actor? I don't think so. Not after this. I don't think Clifton's a great actor. Because Clifton has a lot of
right and wrong and what each other's perspectives are. So I do want to. I love
Clifton is angry. He's a very angry brother, and a lot of these brothers, they just play their characters of who they are. Luke James he's just a low-key gay nigga. He plays that role of a street nigga on the side that lived and married and fell in love with a transgender. Is he a good actor? Let me show you who Luke James is. Look it up. Excellent actor. Is Luke James a really good actor? This is Luke James. Is he a really good actor? Or is he just playing a role of who he really is? I got a better one for you. Is Denzel Washington a really good actor? Or Denzel just plays Denzel? I don't think Denzel's an incredible actor. Other than watching Malcolm, I think Denzel is just Denzel. I think Denzel's roles, he just plays himself. Most actors play themselves. These days, back in the day, these actors went into a character. So that off the rip. Now you have the whole situation of seeing a good-looking black man. There's the gay brother that was flipping on, he's a good-looking dude. So now a woman has to think of, damn, is every black man that's good-looking, are they gay? Look, this guy right here, he's a good-looking dude. Tall dude, he said he's 6'4", 200 and something pounds. A lot of sisters will want to fuck with this nigga. Why is he gay then? White school, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wouldn't do it, you know what I mean? Would I be an arbitrator for the thing? No, I couldn't do it. No, I wouldn't mess with it. I think, you said not, okay, no. The table is useless. It's a useless table. This is all wrong because now it's like there's not going to be a woman that's going to watch this to be inspired. She has to know the truth of what she's dealing with. You know what I mean? If they could find a fortune in the pile of litter, even better. But it's litter. So black women have no options now. You know what I mean? Not like they used to. Back in the day when these real men existed, yes. And they're not all gone. I'm not going to say they're all gone, but it's a breed that's going pretty fast. They don't make those men like they used to. The men that they make now at the highest level is this conversation here. This is what a conversation of prominent black men sound like that. Okay, so it's no different. It's no different than that shithole. No, it's not population control. It's what's happening is something wrong and it's affecting us. There's something wrong that's making the black man live in his lust. It's to a point now where men want their asses licked. They want a woman to take care of them. They want to get fucked in the ass. The issue back in the day with all these men was, it wasn't even an issue back then because these niggas had a wife and 30 women on the side. There's no such thing as population control. It's population elimination. No such thing as population control. Never believe that's a myth. No such thing. If anything, they're trying to eliminate the black man. So as you can see, the dumb motherfuckers is here. Back in the days, we had all these prominent leaders, world leaders. We had real men. Even the drug dealers was smarter back in the day. Watch that Denzel movie and see what I'm talking. They were smarter back then. Now they ignorant. So basically, we left with all the garbage. Every time you see a black man pass or go to jail, even with Diddy and R. Kelly, even with they freak modes as lustful black men, R&B will never be the same. A remix will never be the same because the two of the most prominent music icons is in jail. It'll never be the same. R&B will never be the same. Never. On the fact that a lot of the artists are dying. R. Kelly was the only current producer to bring old school and new school together. Nobody can do that. Mary J. Blige would never do a song with Summer Walker. She would never do it with Kalani. They look at her as an aunt, as a grown, without the respect. Back in the day, Mary J. Blige was honored to do a song with Patti LaBelle, honored to do a song with Chaka Khan, because those were the people that inspired her. Who inspired Kalani? Kalani's biggest record right now is Made to a Woman. That song, Folded, is about a lesbian relationship. So the substance, right, Shimmy, the substance in a true black man right now is historical. It's history. You can't have a conversation with nobody about the good old days without that one real black man that built a home from the floor up, raised his family, went out there killing coons and doing whatever he had to do to get money. No, you're not going to hear any of that. That's gone. That Jesse Jackson shit, you don't see a man. What man could you relate this like Jesse Jackson right now? That even looks like him, dresses like him, fights like him. The Rainbow Coalition now is nothing but gay men. When his operation for Rainbow Coalition was for black unity, black rights. Who's fighting for black rights anymore? And that table, they didn't talk any of that. These niggas is still trying to figure women out, even being gay. They desensitizing parenthood, saying the mother and fathers ain't had the shit to do with nothing. They telling Clifton Powell all that shit he talking about is not acknowledged. So it's a lottery. Finding a good black man is officially a lottery. You find a good one, a good man, a real man, you won. That's it. Now, I'm going to give you an example of what a lottery is. Go play a lottery ticket today and see if you fucking win. You could play it. They'll give you a ticket back and all the above. You go do a scratch off, buy 40 of them. Let's see if you win. Right, so they don't appreciate how it's back in the day because they're trying to make a change, and the change that they're doing, they don't know what the fuck to do. See, this is history. This is slavery. This is 400 years of slavery. These men fought, and they fought back. So now when the white man started seeing the black family becoming prominent, they said, we got to take the black man out of that family. And that's what they did. So we're not growing back to that. We're growing away from it. We're growing away from it. They sat there with a historian at that table and had no respect for him. And he, as a historian, sat there and looking like a goddamn fool. If I seen Clifton right now, man, I said, brother, you should have never got on there. I seen that happen. Lord Jamar did that. Lord Jamar started talking too much on the internet. He got clowned. He started having a bad batch of interviews, and it ruined him. Ruined his legacy. Now, the chance that he had to make it back as a rapper, that already died. So in the internet, like most rappers do, they become relevant. They try to get some relevancy there. Now he's he's not respected no more because they know this guy believes the world is flat. They don't fuck with him. So the same thing with Clifton Powell. Clifton Powell now, he put himself out there where a nigga will try him now. Because they see that situation, he got riled up, but they're like, oh, nigga, you just playing Pinky. You're not an actor. You sat there with all these fucking younger goofballs, and none of these niggas respected you. None of them held you down. None of them even protected you. None of them told that gay man, yo, bro, don't fucking do that. Oh, why? Because I'm gay? Yeah, motherfuckers, because you're gay and you're not understanding. That's fucking wrong. Get the fuck, you don't like, get the fuck out. That's the problem. A black woman produced that show. In case y'all didn't know that. It's a question, do you believe there should be a society reset for this country and bring back some of the normalcy, just like the talk of economic reset? No, gotta die. They gotta die off. There's no reset. Look at the kids. Think of what a kid looked like in the 1940s. Look it up. Look at what a kid looked like in the 1940s. And look at what a kid looked like in the 1960s. Look at what kids did in the 1970s as children. How they would dress, how they played in the park, made everything. Look at how they were, and look at these fucking bums now. You know, a 15-year-old back then was a father trying to raise a family. A 15-year-old now is nothing but a fucking bum. Lazy, don't want to do shit. So you can't reset that. That's not a reset. That's called an imbalance. That imbalance shows that it's a storm. It's like you just got to wait for it to pass. We have a bad batch of people being born into the world. And the parents can't do shit about it because the parents don't know what the fuck to do. They don't know what the fuck to do. The parents don't know what to do. The parents still are trying to figure it out. Nobody can figure this current situation out because there's very few people that know about it. You got the computer wizards, the ITs, putting all these apps and this. They know what's going on. But the ones that's preparing, these parents can't compare their kids for anything because the parents are lost. 15-year-olds want to be their parents, but the parents act like 15-year-olds. They all fucked up. They don't want to be adults. They want to be grown. It's a big difference. Grown folks are shit. Grown folks could be 30 years old hanging out with 15-year-olds smoking and drinking. An adult won't do that. These kids ain't getting their ass whipped. They're not getting, you know what I mean? There's no repercussions. So now the woman is into this zone of, well, who has a better chance of getting a decent nigga? A woman that got 7 kids or a woman that got a $250,000 job doing good working on Wall Street? The fucking woman with 7 kids got a better chance. She has a better chance because the good guy will marry that. Because she probably sucks a mean dick. It's been proven she got 7 kids. The single woman that got her shit together trying to make a family, she's going to end up with a pile of fucking garbage. I promise you that. When she goes into that litter box, she's going to pull out shit. That motherfucking bitch with the 7 kids, she's going to pull out gold. I'm telling you. You watch. The better a woman has it, then it was different. Because number one, back in the day, she even had to go to work. The men took care of everything. For a woman to get a good, honorable, real man is a fucking lottery. She has a better chance playing scratch-offs every day. She'll win something with that. If she's playing scratch-offs every day in the same store, she'll win something. A woman got to date 100 niggas to get a decent nigga. Because the reality is that if she want a man, she could get something out the litter box. She could get a piece of shit. She could get a whole shit, a quarter shit. She could get a man now. But the more she got her shit together, the less she's gonna get a fucking decent dude. It's the gift to have all that, but it's a curse because now, as a black woman, she's in this current situation, this current time zone of now women went all through this independence, work for ourselves, got better positions in life, doing things that a man could do. Now she's stuck with the trash. You see it in the movies. Look at the Tubi movies. Every time you see that woman that got it together and her husband got it together, what ends up happening? He starts fucking a babysitter. And he leaves his wife. That's what just happens. This is the climate of today. Now that's generally, this a lot of motherfuckers, even when they white, but in the black community, when a nigga got his shit together, he want a whore for a wife. He want a young fucking slut because remember, his mind said he lives in lust. What if he's black and he's prominent, good-looking man? What's the guy that's going back and forth with Nicki Minaj? Isn't he married to a man? He's a good-looking man. He's prominent. He would have probably been at that table, which would have been useless, but he's married to a man and a white man at that. And he's the bitch of the relationship. But he's talking all that pro-black shit, going back and forth with Nicki Minaj. He couldn't fuck with her because he was dealing with a woman. Yeah, Don Lemon. Thank you, Wife School. Don Lemon, major queen. He don't even look gay. I was confused. I'm like, he don't even act gay. A woman is in the pot. A black woman now has to subject herself to not knowing a prominent man to be on her level of thinking financially is gonna be probably a gay black man. So now she has to settle. Don Lemon, how powerful is dick that nigga, you could get anyone. And that nigga's married to a white man getting dicked up his ass. 30, 40 years ago, you would have never seen that. All them Jesse Jackson, Malcolm X brothers, they didn't play that shit. They couldn't stop a person being who they were. It was what it was. But now it's like we live in a society where men are marrying each other. We didn't have same-sex marriages back then. It's different. So I'm regret to inform black women, yes, my videos, I did say a lot of things before, but since we're 2 months into this year, a month and a half to be exact, we're in the dead smack middle of Black History Month, they don't make them like they used to. So all that shit you doing, you either gonna have to settle for a download nigga or a no good motherfucking broke ass nigga. He's available. You wanna make some babies? He's available. Some of y'all got your shit together. Maybe I can have it with a good old man. Nah, you better have it with that baby making machine nigga. At least he could give you a child. He gonna be a piece of shit as a father. I warn you, even though you're not gonna listen, but he will make a baby for you. He can't give you nothing else, but he'll give you that. He can do the same shit a 15-year-old fucking boy can do. He'll give you a child. That's what you up against. Are you looking for a leader? You looking for a man to be in control? In the black society, you looking for that? That ain't gonna happen. No. You have to be lucky. And to be lucky, would you want to put it with a blessing? Absolutely. There's no reset for these black men. There's no reset for our race. It is what it is. Remember, I'm a black man. I'm around these fucking orangutans. They're all shit. We got snowstorms up here in New York, all this shoveling. I haven't seen no niggas doing no shoveling, no one. They can't get a lady out of a fucking parking space. They rather rob her and steal a fucking damn package from Amazon before they help her and clean up her stairs. Back in the day, it was different. When I was 15 years old, I was a complete type of nigga. These 15-year-olds are nothing like what I was, because that was the last of the breed. Was my time. How many of you got sons and daughters? I bet you all of them are fucking lazy. If you're lucky, you got one that's good. I've been on for 2 hours and a half. G. So black women, it's unfortunate, as of today, no, you don't have any options. He does. The gay man got options. The bum nigga got options. That fucking scamming black bastard, there's lies all the time. He got a shitload of options because his lies go further. Even the good guy got options. Only thing is he's a henpecked, so everybody gonna be fucking him over. Men got options. Even the fucking one that can't get the woman he like, he still got options. Okay, even in a fantasy world, because there's a lot of women out here that's available. He just got to get to them. But he does have options. You have no options. Either you stay single or you deal with a fucking goat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been radio. Class is dismissed.
Oh! Yeah. What's up? Yeah.